imperative that you know exactly where you are and where you're headed. If you aren't totally confident in your ability to head across open land or through the bush, then go back the way you came. Retrace your steps. If there's a blizzard or a whiteout threatening, don't even think about it. You can get lost in a whiteout in just a few yards. Stay put and wait it out. You can layer up. You see, it's not so good to have one big, thick coat to wear. With that, if you work too hard, you sweat too much. With layering, put on the thinnest layers you can close to your body, drop in some heat that way, and work your way up. Thin layers to thick layers. That way, you start to get a little too hot, you can strip down a bit and cool down before you start sweating. It's a saying in the cold, if you sweat, you die.
Exertion causes sweat, and when it cools on your skin, your body loses heat fast, which can be deadly.
Look, if you've already made the very dangerous decision to travel through many miles of possibly deep snow, then make the next decision. And either save your car seat or save your feet.
A truck is a gold mine if you know how to use it.
Oh yes.
Survival is all about thinking clever, finding practical items where you'd least expect them. Inside, there's insulation, just right for making footwear and tools.
It may seem like ridiculous overkill, but it's gonna help. It's gonna help save my feet from being frostbitten. You may have to walk many, many miles through deep snow. And tennis shoes, or even my tight hikers, are not gonna keep your feet warm. It's gonna be kind of like a traditional pair of mucklucks. My foot will be free to move around, which keeps the blood flowing through the toes.
Les is making a pair of mucklucks, a snow boot worn by Eskimos in the Arctic. They know a thing or two about surviving the cold. First, there's foam for warmth. Then, in place of the sealskin Eskimos use, a waterproof suit bag. And last, the car seat cover for toughness. The roomy fit and thick padding will protect against frostbite, one of the big dangers in extreme cold. When water in your cells gets so cold, it freezes solid. Les knows he needs the best protection possible. A bad case of frostbite would mean goodbye to his toes. Once you've taken care of your feet, see what else the truck has on offer. Think what could be useful. You often need to tie things in the wild.
It's a shame to do that, but this wire will prove invaluable.
Grab the mirror. It's perfect for signaling. And a hubcap is good for digging. In cold weather, as much as 40% of your body's heat loss is from the head. Les knows he's got to insulate his. There's one other thing you must protect against. The sun reflecting off the snow.
Snow blindness. It's like a bad sunburn to the eye. It can happen even on a cloudy day. And if it does, you may just find yourself blind for as long as 3 days. So I'm gonna cut a strip off of this car seat cover and make myself some snow goggles.
Already, the wire from the dashboard is coming in handy. Now Les is ready for the wilderness.
If you look up in the back here, you can tell which is the north side of those mountains by what side the vegetation grows on. It always tends to grow more on the north side than the south. The south gets beaten up by the sun, and there's more snow on the north side, so the trees grow thicker and greener there.
But if you can see the sun, there's another way to find north that's straight out of the Marine's handbook.
If I have a watch, I can orient my hour hand so that it points at the sun. Halfway between my hour hand and 12 o'clock noon will be due south. As soon as I know due south, I know north, east, and west. And I can orient myself and travel, hopefully, in the direction I believe is safety.